speaking about the theme of whether or not America's in decline, I remember so clearly this lecture that I attended in 2015 that Charles Krauthammer gave called Decline is a Choice. And I've been thinking about it a lot lately because, Krauthammer was arguing that decline isn't inevitable. But lately, and maybe I'm just more pessimistic than you, it feels that way. It feels like the question of America's decline has become less of a question and more of a fact. You look at many of the hallmarks of decline: slowing growth, crushing debt, rising inequality, diminishing influence abroad, and maybe perhaps most importantly, a crisis of meaning, a crisis of self-confidence in our purpose in the world. So I guess I would just want to ask you, do you see America in decline? And if not, make the case for me that we aren't.
I'm with Charles. It's a choice. All the things that you ticked off, I would actually disagree with a couple of them, including American leadership abroad. But suffice it to say, you listed a parade of horribles. For purposes of the discussion, I'm happy to accept them. We get to make decisions every day about how we're going to raise our families and whether we're going to allow people of faith to attend their churches and whether we're going to go protect and preserve our educational institutions. And good leaders at every level will rise up. I'm convinced of this. They will see this risk. They will see the risk of decline, not just American decline, but decline in their communities. And they will again say, no, we're not going to let that happen. We're going to support our police and law enforcement. We're going to underwrite our educational system. We're going to give parents real choices about where they want to send their children to be educated, and they're not going to tolerate substandard education. Real leaders in America always have risen to challenges when we have been confronted. There is no reason to think that those leaders aren't out there in America today. They will come perhaps from places we don't expect, but I am long on America. And I'll give you one data point. Most of the world is long on America as well. They love to take pot shots. They love to throw rocks. That's all great. But when people get to vote with their feet, where is it that they want to come? The immigration queue at the embassy in Bangladesh to travel and live in China is exactly zero.
Mm-hmm.
No one wants to go live inside of China. That's not the hallmark of a power that is rising. It's not the hallmark of a great nation. People want to come live in the United States. They want to do that because they believe in this idea, and they wouldn't price that in, to use a market term. They wouldn't price that rise of America, the sustainability of American excellence and greatness and being the city on the hill, if they couldn't see it and their people didn't know it. So I continue to firmly believe that we will, to use Mr. Krauthammer's phrase, we will choose not to be a nation in decline, and that people all across America are going to find leaders that they will support to ensure that that doesn't happen.